Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ357 here for, once again, yet another episode of DJ357 Plays, and today we're going to be playing the online third-person shooter called Ravaged. Now, Ravaged is currently in beta at the moment. It's in open beta at the moment, so they're inviting people to come along and play it. It is a game that you need to pay for, so it is not a free to play online shooter, so there is a cost involved in playing beta. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be diving right in and giving you guys some impressions and some idea of the gameplay. Now, I've played a little bit of this game, and I gotta say I'm not a huge fan. I don't know exactly what it is about the game, but there's just something about the feedback, about the controlling, that it doesn't quite line up for me. It doesn't sit right, it doesn't feel comfortable. Primarily when you're driving vehicles. So this is a game that's built using the Unreal Engine, and as I say, it's a third-person online shooter. So what you can do is you can drive around with different vehicles and basically shoot shit up and attack the enemy. So we'll just dive right into it. So at the moment, trying to automatically kind of quick join a game appears to be kind of bugged at the moment. There've been a couple of patches released that try and address that. In my client, I haven't come across a fix for that yet. So what we do is we go and browse all the available games. So that's the easiest way to try and join. So at the moment, we only have 9 players online and 18 servers available. So at the moment, unfortunately, not a huge amount of people playing this game as it stands at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll try and find the game that has people in it. And we'll join. So join that game, and we'll get stuck into it and basically see what you guys think. Okay, so not really getting great frame rate at the moment. So try and spawn in. Okay, yeah, getting really bad frame rates at the moment, so I apologize for that. So this is the map. These are the various different areas where we can spawn in. So we'll spawn in over there. These are some players of ours, I believe, that I can spawn nearby who are wandering around. These are the different classes that I can choose. So this is the recon. So I've earned 9 XP playing as the recon. This is the loadout that we get. A blowtorch, crowbar, stuff like that. We also have the soldier, who has this kind of a loadout. We have the specialist, who appears to have rocket launchers, stuff like that. Then we have the sniper, and then we have the support. So the support guy appears to have a shotgun and a LMG. So what we'll do is we'll dive in as a sniper just for kicks. Okay, so frames aren't too bad now that we're actually in game. So as you can see, the graphics aren't fantastic, but as I say, I don't have the specs up quite high, and my current machine wouldn't be able to handle having the specs quite high. It is an Unreal Engine game, so you would be looking at needing slightly kind of beefy machine to be able to play stuff. So as you can see, I was actually completely wrong in my intro. It's primarily first person, but when you jump onto a vehicle, it becomes third person. So I was confused by that. I do apologize. I will try and make sure to put an annotation to point out just how goddamn wrong I was. So, as I said, so you can be driving around in vehicles. This is where the controls, I feel, are kind of lacking, because I'm driving around and it just feels really unresponsive. I gotta say that. I'm pressing the key to move, and maybe a second later it decides to go in that direction. So when I'm trying to move, I really don't have a lot of accuracy in those movements. So it is unfortunate, but it's just unfortunately the way it is. So this appears to be a kind of domination kind of thing, where we try and hold on to as many points as possible. So at the moment we have all the blue camps already under our control, and it is telling us that we need to capture the base that appears to be in front of me at the moment. So where you can see the waypoint that says attack, which is just under 200, I assume, meters from me at the moment. So we've got that now. There is a next one available. There's over there. So So because the controls don't seem to be very responsive for the vehicle gameplay, not really having a huge amount of fun doing that.
Camp lost to the enemy.
Whoa! That went by fairly quickly. Okay. What the hell happened there? I didn't even have a chance to respond to that. Okay, so we're going to respawn now. So what we'll do is we'll try and go with the specialist, try and blow up that vehicle. So we will spawn with this guy.
Capturing base. We are losing a
Okay,
base.
so we spawned in this vehicle.
Camp is ours. Camp is ours.
Awesome, so we've just captured that camp. This guy appears to be having some similar problems driving around. So now we are heading south to the next camp that is available. So at the moment we appear to be winning. We are on the blue team, so we appear to be winning the game at the moment. Appears to be an ongoing battle. I'll have that here.
Base.
Well, that is one of our guys. Okay, that's fine. Looked like an enemy. This is one of our guys.
Taking position.
Whoa!
Camp is ours.
Damn it! Okay, apparently I'm going to be auto-balanced onto the next team
We have captured a base.
for some reason. So we spawn here. I'm still on the resistance, so I don't see that that has actually occurred. Try and spawn here. Oh, okay, spawned in. So, great.
Camp is ours.
Like, my impression of this game at the moment, you know, it just appears to be just another run-of-the-mill shooter. It, you know, the vehicular combat is something that is pretty cool. That is something that I find interesting. I do like that aspect of it. But as I say, when I'm driving around, it's really not very responsive. And honestly, I just gotta say, I'm really not happy with it. Getting fucking raped by these guys. That also doesn't improve my opinion of this game if I'm being killed all the time. But yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Maybe you don't like the look of it. Maybe you do like the look of it. I don't know. It does look kind of cool, but as I say, my main problem at the moment is, you know, I'm not seeing anything new at the moment, and the amount of problems I'm having with it make it hard to actually, even after just this short amount of time, you know, getting the feeling that I just want to turn it off. You know, I've played a little bit of this game already, and I had the same kind of feeling, but I just went with it anyway. I kept going, just to give it the benefit of the doubt, and not a huge amount has changed in coming back to it. But you know, we'll keep going. I want to give you guys a fair shot at it. Maybe you guys would want to give it, you know, more of a chance than I have at this point. The classes they're varied. You know, there's 5 different classes. So you have your engineer. You have your engineer with the LMG and/or shotgun. You have the guy, this specialist guy, who has explosives, which is fairly normal. Pretty much blew him up, and he still survived. One thing that's hard to make out as well is it's really hard to make out what is an enemy and what is not. Now, I don't know whether that's intentional on the developer's part. It may be, you know, it may be a feature of the game that it's, you know, it's supposed to be difficult to figure out who's an enemy and who is not. I can, you know, I can understand that. I can see why they might want that. It adds a certain element of, you know, surprise and kind of tactics to the game. There we go. 1 kill. Yes. Well, I am not completely shit. Just mostly. And obviously then you have your standard kind of commando types. How do I refill my ammo? Okay. Let's just refill automatically.
Capturing base.
So, at the moment, whatever's going on, the blue team are absolutely dominating. We seem to have the same amount of people. So we have the resistance versus the scavengers. There is a story behind this game. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is. As far as I understand, it's a post-apocalyptic kind of game where you have teams fighting over valuable resources. So I have to say it is kind of generic. It is kind of cliche. In this modern age, that is what a lot of things are kind of aiming towards. You know, post-apocalyptic, kind of focusing on resources and stuff like that. So, okay, we've won that game. So our team have captured all the points and we finally won that game. So I ended with a 1 to 6 KD. So, not good. 1 kill to 6 deaths. That's pretty shit. So, 0.1667 KD. That is terrible. You know, we're only like 10 minutes in. We'll keep going. Might as well show you some more of the game. Maybe we might move to a different map or anything like that. But as I say, at the moment, there's not a huge amount that's kind of pulling me to this game. I mean, the other games like this that I play online would be Combat Arms, Blacklight Retribution, games like that. Now, none of those have the vehicular element, so that is one thing, you know, that I do really like about this game. But as I said, as I keep saying, it just doesn't seem to be done well enough to keep me hooked to the game solely for that element. So we'll see. Now, as well, I don't know whether it's my machine or whether the settings I'm on, but one thing I noticed as well is there was quite a bit of a lag going on there. So when I was trying to kill that dude with the whatchamacallit, the RPG, you know, he took like what, 4 hits before he died? I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's what we should be expecting from those kind of guys. So we won't go with her. We'll go with him again. We'll go with the sniper again. See what kind of damage we can do with the sniper rifle. So, start off again. I'm just going to very quickly lower my settings. Maybe see, does that make any difference? I'm already pretty low, you know. I'm only running 720. I'm going to move the quality down to very low. See, does that make any difference? I forgot to apply that. Display.
Scored their resources. Run.
Okay, so this is a capture the flag kind of mode.
Taking their resources.
Very low, show decals, lock to 60 FPS. Do not. Okay, anisotropic filtering. It's only one time. That's okay. Alright. So let's get going. So, this is a capture the flag kind of thing where we are stealing fuel cans. So, that appears to be their fuel can that we need to steal. And we have one. Well, so this is our fuel can. So we do not want them attacking this. So I'm going to stay here in a defender position. At least initially. Okay, good job guys, we killed that dude. Whoa! God damn it! That guy's clearly using some sort of grenade launcher. What we might do is, at this point, we might spawn in with the specialist and try and blow that fucker up. So try and spawn here. Oh, damn it! Alright.
They've stolen our resources.
So just get back there and take that fucker out. Damn it, he's gone past out of my range.
They've dropped our resources.
I really should have gone with a sniper at this point. And now I'm stuck in the geometry. That's helpful. Right. Okay, time for the sniper. Let's try and not fuck things up again this time.
Taking position. They've dropped our resources.
Try and see if we head up here. Can we get any kind of a good, decent view?
The camp is ours. We are losing a base. We are losing a base. Camp lost to the enemy.
Damn it. Ah, there he was. All the way over there on the left.
We
Okay.
have captured a base.
So, spawn back in. Wow, that dude is really not giving me a chance. Okay, so it is possible to go prone. Ah, and it is also possible to go into third person mode. That's cool. In third person mode you can't zoom in. That's helpful. And I just got killed again. I'm not enjoying this, I gotta say. So, anyway, what we'll do is we'll go with a different class. So the recon, so we'll try and run in and kill some people. That's our crowbar, throwing knife, blowtorch. And he's dead. Well, that was no surprise. Okay, destroy the soldier. Might be a little bit more beefy. Might be able to, I don't know, soak up a little bit more damage, or maybe dish out a little bit more damage. Be somewhat more effective. That is, with any game where you have vehicles in it, say anything like Unreal Tournament or Halo or anything like that, when you have vehicles in it in multiplayer, what can happen is sometimes they can be a little bit overpowered, especially if they're come packing grenade launchers or anything like that. So yeah, you can have situations where you just get owned by a vehicle that just flies in and pounds you with some. I'm not liking the loss of perspective there when you zoom in with this weapon. Yes! Yurt the Mongol. Okay, that bitch has been... Ah! That Yurt the Mongol dude has been doing me some awful amount of damage in the last while. So it was nice to get a kill back to him. So, yeah. That is that. As I say, I don't like the loss of view perspective there, but I suppose it's, makes sense from a certain point of view. I'm not 100% sure, is there any way to change the loadout? Yeah, once you gain XP with the various different classes, you can move on to different items, so different weapons. So I don't have any XP with the soldier at the moment, so obviously I can't level him up, can't move on to any different weapons. So it's 1,000 XP for that one, 5,000 XP for that one. 500 XP for a different weapon there. So that gives you a grenade at that point. I assume that's some sort of timed explosive or something like that. Shotgun in place of a blowtorch, that's handy. So you have different squads for VoIP here as well on this side. So then you have lone wolves, so that'll be all of these people. These guys are part of the hotel squad, it appears. And for the loadout for this guy, we have some sort of submachine gun, and then we have a grenade launcher. And we have his what looks like a law, and then a handgun. Various different things. He has some grenades already. Sniper. That's the only secondary weapon he can choose. He can choose the hammer. He can choose timed explosives or maybe remote explosives. And then here we can upgrade to a crossbow. That's nice. So I don't know if any of you had seen. I could see one or two guys on my team had actually the crossbow, and they were using that, and it looked like a pretty decent weapon. I wonder what the zoom factor would be like on that. So that'll be interesting to see. I do have to say, however, the amount of time and effort I'd have to put into this game to gain enough experience with a particular class to gain that, I'm not sure I could do that. As I say, when I'm playing through this game, really not enjoying it, to be quite honest. You know, I mean, I'm not that hard to please. You know, if the controls were just that bit smoother, I might enjoy it a little bit more. Now, what I will say is, as I say, I'm getting some really bad frame rates on this, so it could be my machine that's giving me this bad experience. You know, I'm not going to say 100% this game is terrible, you shouldn't go anywhere near it. There are a lot of things to like about this. The vehicular combat is one really cool thing that not a lot of other games are doing. So that is one thing that really kind of stands in favour of this game. But just for my own personal preference, the control scheme, not the control scheme itself, but the feel of the controls, they really don't work for me at the moment. So I'm going to be getting a new rig in the next month or two, so hopefully at that point you know, I'll be able to run it with fairly high spec, get some decent frames out of it, and hopefully at that point I'll be able to have a much cleaner experience. I'll come back to you guys at that point, hopefully with a video detailing how, you know, how it looks with high specs, how it feels, maybe some further impressions. Maybe by that point as well they may have released some further updates to the beta, and they may have moved into another stage, maybe it would have gone into a commercial release at that point. You know, we'll see. So we'll leave it at there. There's not a huge amount more that I can show you guys. Really, I can just keep playing it over and over again, but the thing is, you're not really going to get a feel for playing the game, as in the responsiveness, the controls and stuff like that, by watching the video. It's something you need to try yourself. So I would recommend, if you guys have the few bob or the few quid or the few dollars or the few pounds, to check it out. You know, what the developers are doing here is, it's worthwhile, and they need all the feedback they can get. I'm going to be passing on all my feedback to them as well. It's just you know, to help them try and make a better game, because I'm sure that's what they're out there trying to do. And you know, there's no harm. Check it out if it's at all interesting to you. If the idea of vehicular combat and the different classes and stuff like that are at all interesting to you, I would recommend checking it out. Maybe you might have a different experience than I do. Either way, I'd recommend you check it out. I'd recommend you get in contact with the developers, let them know what you think about the game. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Alright, take care.